Head out about 10 miles or so from the Capitol Mall, and you will arrive here at Northwest Stadium, just outside of Washington, D.C. Tonight, we start Week 5 with a primetime matchup, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Washington Commanders. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Harris. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play. CD, always more eyes on these night games, and they started it off nicely there on that run.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. Don't think for a second these players don't know and understand that. They want to impress their peers across the league. They also want to win the ball game. That's the way to get things going.
First down, and they go back to Harris. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. Touchdown, 49ers. Big play there. His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Now the try here for the point after. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Niners 7, Commanders 0.
The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Looking to put a drive together.
Let's go. Cowboy 80. Check. 65. Panther 11. Panther 11.
To the air goes Daniels. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Michael Williams. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack at 2nd and 20.
70 Lions. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers.
Now Daniels. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. And Charles, we see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back on the field in a hurry.
Brandon, I'm going to go ahead and age myself, but I'm going to ask you, when you were in high school and there were injuries, did you hear next man up from your coaches?
Well, you hear it every week now in the NFL, that's for sure.
You know, back when I played when dinosaurs roamed the earth, you didn't hear next man up. You heard, oh, no, we've got to put in Davis.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Arises on to punt here as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up across the 45. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Purdy. That's complete to Slayton. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Darius Slayton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0.
14. Commanders nothing.
The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And he returns this to the 22.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Here we go.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Throwing now is Daniels. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Another 1st down there as this one goes for 25.
Commanders 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
70. Next. Let's go now. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Trap 50. Trap 60.
Daniels looking to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
You look at this Niner defense against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
You know, when actors get ready for a scene, they often ask the question, what's my motivation? But what's the motivation of this group? What's their mindset? What's the problem that they have? Will they create an identity that allows them to get better?
First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Here's Daniels. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Here we go. Here we go. Bronco Lee. Check smash. Check smash. Liking 8.
To throw is Daniels. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. From 19 yards away. And the Commanders have got it back to within a score. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height.
Commanders 7.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
21-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Throw left side, taken in by Slayton. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Purdy looking to throw. And that's incomplete. You talk about this Washington defense. There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And?
Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
Here's Purdy. This one caught by Kittle. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 17-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Here's 2nd and 7.
Get set, get set. 18. You're not. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Throwing here, Purdy. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
53. 18. Yellow.
Purdy. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a first down Washington on a pickup of 18.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Panther 11, Panther 11, Viking 18, 19 Lions. Go.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
He's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
Viking 18. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Hey, smash. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 36. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Stephanie! Cougar 19! Mustang 19! Rig alert! Rig alert!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 24-yard line. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down.
60, 19, 70, Timberwolves.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Now Daniel's going to keep it. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football. But how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
Big Lion.
Looking to throw. Daniels. And a dangerous throw there. Incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long. And they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Hurk! Hurk! Right there, Hurk! Bronco switch! Ready?
2nd and 9 now. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Brings up third and
Good defensive
goal.
call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
Panther 11, trap 60, trap 60. Check smash, check smash.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Commanders have cut it back within a score. No going for two. They'll kick the point after. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14.
Commanders 14.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
18 yards, first down Niners.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. Back to throw, Purdy. That swung out wide to Harris. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 91 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming in.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the 49ers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
19 Lions.
Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
70 Rangers. Set. 19 Tiger. 19 tight. 19 tight. Go, Rig. Go. Ready.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
20-yard line.
Panther 60. Viking 18. Ready, right?
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Ready. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Check smash. Check smash. Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready.
Operating from the gun. Daniels. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Here's 3rd and 7.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
And 7.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And this one is right through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
With all the specialization we have in this great game, at some point the head coach is going to take charge of every group. And I think at halftime, he spent a little time with the special teams coach and said, look, you've got to find a way to get us a big play to help us get back into this.
And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
70 Timberwolves. Street.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick, Cougar 19, 18 Rattler, 18 Streak, Streak.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to flick that out to the flat. It's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field. This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
19 tight, 19 tight. 7 back.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 14. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down.
Trap 60, 19 lock, 60 Eagle, 60 Eagle. Check, Bobcat, check, Bobcat.
Back to throw. Daniels. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Let's go now.
Hands it off out of the gun. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field.
Ready? Dragon 60. Warrior 70. Go.
From the gun on third down, Daniels. He'll try and do this himself. And the Commanders are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing third down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
Cup 19. Cup 19.
Looking to throw. Daniels. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders are an extra point away from drawing level. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will tie us at 24. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Oh, he bowls over him. Oh, and some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there's a 49er who's in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that should change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
It's a first down following a gain of 3.
They brought in a heavy set on third down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Get set, get set. Watch out. Stop.
Purdy now to throw. He finds Douglas complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team, both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
3rd and 3.
Get set, get set.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 46 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Niners have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Niners 31, Commanders 24.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
23-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
Here we go. 18, come.
4th quarter coming up here on Thursday night prime time. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Commanders in possession of the football, but they trail as we start this 4th quarter. Second and 11.
Ready, ready. Panther 60, Panther 60. 79 Broncos, 18 Rattler, 19 tight, 19 tight. Go street. Get him. Omaha. Check. Cup 19 Lions. Let go.
To the air goes Daniels. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. The offense on third down tonight, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Set, hey. Pioneer, 60 Maverick, 7 Pirates, Panther 11, 70 Ranger. Dragon 60, Warrior 7, Buffalo 18, Mustang 19.
Now Daniels. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground.
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is caught. And the fake will work. He's going to have a 1st down. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
Ready.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
He finds his man, complete. That's Simmons. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
19 tight.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a 1-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
2nd and 10.
Come on. 19, Mustang 19. Panther 11. Ready.
Throwing now is Daniels. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here.
79 Broncos. Hawks 70, Hawks 18, go.
Daniels looking to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Daniels going to throw for it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting 1st downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
Get set. 18, watch out.
Now Purdy. Able to locate his man Slayton on an out route. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
The 49er first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Purdy looking to throw. Connects with Kittle underneath. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down. Stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Get set, get set.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a first and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Oh, the motion comes too late, and this is going to be a delay. Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. First and 15 following the delay of game. They'll try the right side with Harris. He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up second and 13. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Get set, get set. What's up?
Purdy now to throw off the play action. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Here's first and 10.
Trap 60, trap 60.
They'll start on the ground with Neal. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
He'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Go still. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Street, street. Hurt, hurt. 19 Lion. 8.
He's back to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
At the 27-yard line.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Check smash. Check smash. Dragon 60.
They'll look to throw. And that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And now off to the races down the right side. And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. But they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
Commanders 24.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
27-yard line.
Okay, ready?
This is 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Let go.
Throwing after the interception. Daniels. Looking left side. It's complete. He's got it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play call, because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Just a difficult situation to be in here in the final minute. Down 2 scores, you know you need some providence from somewhere. They're going to keep firing away till the end, but this one falls incomplete.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
For a Washington first down.
Go.
To throw is Daniels. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
For number 84.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations and you often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
Check smash.
Here's Daniels. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
18, Rattler, 18. Come on, set. Cougar 19. 19 tight, Cup 19. 70 Ranger, Dragon 6, 19 Lion. Check, Bobcat, check.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. What a performance. All those points put on the board. And, Charles, it wasn't just by the offense. The defense put some points on the board as well. They were solid today.
Yeah, it was a complete effort to secure the win, and both sides of the ball made big plays. But how demoralizing is it when the opposing defense can take one all the way back against you? And that was the case here. That really sparked them to victory.
So for the Niners, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Commanders, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.